everyone, I am Mala Haldar and you are listening to MAAC Rendered, जहां हम लाते हैं real stories from real creators. No filters, no fluffs. And this is episode 2. This is where we go beyond the glamour of the media and entertainment industry और हम बात करते हैं what it actually takes to build a career in filmmaking, media and content creation. Because let's be honest, आज बच्चों को क्या चाहिए? To work on big projects, big brands, big films, but what if I tell you the real goal is just not to work on big films, big projects, big brands, but to create, to build something of your own, खुद का अपना. Joining us today is someone who's exactly done that. From being a MAAC student to becoming the CEO and founder of Resonance Digital, आज हमारे पास एक ऐसे पर्सनालिटी है जिन्होंने अपने स्टोरी टेलिंग के पैशन को एक फुल फ्लेजेड क्रिएटिव बिजनेस में कन्वर्ट कर दिया. तो कैसे होता है ये ट्रांजिशन क्लासरूम लर्निंग से रियल वर्ल्ड में खुद की कंपनी बिल्ड करने तक का सफर? टुगेदर लेट्स डाइव इन. So Abhyuday, my first question is, do you really have a count of films you've worked on?
Okay, that's a tough one. I don't have an exact count, but I think हमने करीब 700-800 films पे काम किया होगा in our last 10 years.
700, 800, 700,
Yes.
800?
Yes. So I'm also counting those where we've just worked on a few shots, maybe just say 25 shots or 50 shots for that matter. But yeah, we have touched almost 700 to 800 films in the last 10 years.
That's so amazing. That's incredible. Abhyuday, आप MAAC के student हैं, right? So, filmmaking, animation, conventional course नहीं है. आज भी parents सोचते हैं कि बच्चे को हम admission इस stream में दे ना दे. So, how was it at your home? Was it easy, or you had to convince your parents, or was there someone who helped you in deciding that yes, this is the career and आप जा सकते हो?
So it wasn't difficult for me. I think I remember my uncle. He was traveling from Bombay to Kanpur. Kanpur is my hometown.
Okay.
And जब वो वापस आ गए थे, we were watching Spider-Man together. And of course, there were a lot of visual effects, CGI. So we were just talking about, ये सब कैसे बनता है? How is this film probably made? Because he met someone on his way back on the flight who was pursuing VFX and animation.
Oh, okay.
So that conversation went deep, and we ultimately ended up, inquiring about, the courses. And of course, when I Googled, MAAC was on top.
So at one point, as far as I remember, you also wanted to become a doctor.
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Yes, that was the case. I did give my CPMT exams also. I did clear also. I got some university, but I wanted to do something different. I wanted to move out of my comfort zone and do something which was never probably done or attempted by anybody in the family.
So in that case, I would really like to appreciate and give huge credit to your parents, because generally hota nahi hai. Someone who's cleared his entrance test for medical and then he wants to go into this media and entertainment industry, which at that time was not that popular.
Yeah, it did exist.
Yeah. So I think kudos to them, to your family who actually supported you, and today I think
everybody in the family, in fact, for that matter, my parents, my sister, my cousins, my uncles, everybody, they never stopped anybody's enthusiasm.
So I think Abhyuday, I think it's a message for all the parents, for all the guardians, that dreams अगर कोई देखता है तो it is important, and especially इस industry में. So they should support, because this is an industry which is like growing rapidly. I mean, the potential is immense. So what is your take on that?
100%. I mean, in fact, with all the orange economy buzz, which is included in our government pitches also these days, now it has become more easier to make a career in this industry. सो मुझे लगता है कि हम लोग ने जब 20 साल पहले अटेम्प्ट किया था, उस समय पेरेंट्स के थॉट्स वर डिफरेंट. They wanted more, conventional
Right,
careers for
right,
their
right.
kids. But now things are very different. Creator economy in itself is becoming huge, and everybody is, a consumer. In fact, our parents are also consuming
Yes.
content on a daily basis and in different modes as they used to. So this has become definitely easier than
The
before.
people are aware now
Yeah, there's a lot of awareness.
with so
Yes,
much government initiatives.
correct.
So I think people know about this industry.
And I think this is just the start. I think this has just started to pick up.
Correct.
It will reach leaps and bounds. For
Right,
sure.
right. Abhyuday, do you remember the year you passed out from MAAC?
Oh yes, it was 2009.
9,
2008
long back.
and first half of 2009.
Okay. So, आपने जो कुछ मैक में सीखा, okay, it is just not the course or the softwares, but the discipline, the deadlines, the team spirit. आज भी क्या वो आप, you're the CEO and founder of one of the biggest studios in the country. So do you still use those skills, the knowledge which you gained at your MAC center now?
I'll tell you what, now there are two sides to it. एक होता है आपका technical curriculum. Technicalities keep evolving. हर साल नए tools आते हैं, हर सॉफ्टवेयर का एक नया वर्जन आता है. But aesthetics, the core aesthetics remain the same.
The fundamentals.
The fundamentals, basically. So, if you know how a frame looks right and not right, that you definitely carry on till the end of your career. But yeah, tools and technicalities keep evolving, and thus we are students always. The other side of it is, the DNA which evolves based on how the industry works. जब हम मैक में एडमिशन लेते हैं या किसी भी इंस्टीट्यूट में एडमिशन लेते हैं, तब हमें ये नहीं पता होता कि इंडस्ट्री में काम कैसे होता है. आई थिंक प्रैक्टिस क्लासेस जो मैक में होती थी, हम लोग ओवरनाइट लैब्स बुक करके प्रैक्टिस करते थे. देयर यूज्ड टू बी कॉम्पिटिशन्स लाइक 24 FPS उस समय से, जो हमें बहुत कम टाइम में एज अ टीम फिल्म कैसे बनानी है, ऑल एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ इट पे जो फोकस करना पड़ता था, वो चीजें जब डीएनए में आती है ना, आई थिंक दोज आर इररिप्लेसेबल. वो आप वहां पे जो सीखते हो वो आपके साथ हमेशा रहता है.
एक्चुअली आपने एक बहुत अच्छा बात बोला कि वो जो डीएनए में आता है ना, दैट एक्चुअली इट्स इन योर ब्लड.
करेक्ट.
सो चाहे वो 2009 हो या 2012 में बच्चा पास आउट करे, दैट नॉलेज स्टेज विद हिम फॉरएवर.
Yes, the submission dates used to be release dates at that time, so we can't miss that, and everybody used to back sync all their efforts towards that.
Correct. Yes. Abhyuday, I am not as creative as you, but what I understand about the industry is there is something which is called storytelling. So, जो आजकल के बच्चे हैं, they tend to be software dependent. Okay. But at the end of the day, storytelling is the key. There is something which is called presentation. Okay. And you are a great storyteller yourself.
Correct.
So, any message, any tip you would like to give the MAAC students and to probably everyone listening to this podcast, कि अपना visualization skills पे work करना कितना important है if you want to be a creator or a filmmaker.
I think थोड़ा सा पहले मैं disagree करूंगा. अभी मुझे लगता है कि ना बच्चे बहुत smart हैं. With all this new age social media content creation, they know what is storytelling. ये 10 साल पहले होता था जब बच्चों को लगता था कि नहीं यार सॉफ्टवेयर सीख लो, टूल्स आने चाहिए और जॉब लग जाएगी. अब वो चेंज होता जा रहा है अपने आप. आई थिंक दैट्स कमिंग इन देयर रिफ्लेक्सेस दैट if I'm doing this, how will it look on the frame? Because they're shooting, they are shooting themselves through their mobiles, uploading
And
their videos.
In MAAC, we have started emphasizing a lot on storytelling.
Correct.
We have pre-production classes, we have those clay modeling classes, so something which is beyond the regular software.
No, exactly. I mean, this year's 24 FPS, it was not just
Correct.
an award event.
Yes.
It was Creators Fest. So I was really impressed by, the very fact that it has turned into much more than just an award night.
Right.
So this shows that, you guys have it, you guys want to make it as the basic fundamental. कि creation कैसे करना है. Ultimately, it's all creation. We were just stitching the dots in terms of technicalities कैसे fill करनी है to create something of somebody else's vision. But now, at the core of your courses and your ethics, creation is at its peak. I think that speaks a lot.
Yes, because Abhyuday, I have realized that studios, they don't want complex rigs. So they want people, who have an amazing story to tell, to share.
Exactly.
So the focus is more on concept. Yes, students, they understand this. The mindsets have changed, but when it comes from a storyteller or a creator, someone like you, so I'm sure the message is going to spread, and people, the students will focus more on creativity, visualization, and of course, storytelling.
Honest, you guys are already doing a great job in imparting that to students, and all of us. I mean, everybody in the industry who has reached somewhere is always willing to give it back to the students.
So, Abhyuday, now let's talk about your film journey. So, आपने मुझे बताया your company, your team, I mean, you worked on 700 to 800 films. So, मेरा पहला question, जब आपके पास project आता है, the first feeling क्या रहता है कि exciting, challenging, अरे ये कैसे करेंगे?
Correct.
ये तो बहुत मुश्किल है. तो वो टीम का डिस्कशन होता है, हडल्स. तो क्या बात होता है, क्या चलता है उस टाइम में दिमाग में?
Great. So I think हमारा सबका as a team first attempt होता है to break it down into kinds of tasks. हम complex को अलग रख देते हैं जिसमें creative involvement बहुत ज़्यादा होगा. And we tell the client also कि these are the money shots. These will take the most time, and we would need everybody from both sides to be on toes in terms of finalizing these. Then of course there are mid-level shots जो run of the mill होते हैं, like your green screen removals and stuff like that.
मतलब
basics, not very basics, but mid-level,
moderate,
correct, moderate, yes.
ठीक है.
उनको break down करते हैं, उनका allotment start कर देते हैं, because there's always prep to every shot, right? So roto, paint, tracking, all that starts, and we start creating DMPs and environments if needed, and basically उनका prep start हो जाता है. And then there are very easy shots which are just clean up shots, probably.
Okay.
फिर वो accordingly clean up team के साथ plan हो जाते हैं. So yes, task wise we try to divide the complexities, and for every complexity count को establish करके we backsync in terms of whatever resources would be required, to complete this in the timelines that we have.
So basically complex, moderate, and basic.
Correct.
Right? And then you allocate team.
Correct.
कि basic है तो थोड़ा चलेगा, average है तो थोड़ा ज़्यादा कर दे, and complex में all your skilled and little senior people experience.
Yes. A lot of pre-visualization starts happening in complex shots. Environment creation start हो जाता है. उसका tracking match कैसे करना है. There are some shots which are very creative, which the director also doesn't have a final feel कि ये कैसे लगने वाला है, तो वो भी experimentation zone में होते हैं. So we start giving them options कि how will this look. We start getting into creative discussions with them कि if you want the bullet to travel like this, then we start referencing, if reference A, B, C, what is closest to your vision, and then we start implementing as per that.
तो stress रहता है?
I won't call it stress. Stress नहीं बोलना चाहिए, क्योंकि we are in this for fun, right? Stress definitely at a level where we have to meet the deadlines.
A good stress, probably.
It's a good stress.
Good stress,
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you rightly said. Deadlines पे कैसे achieve करने हैं shots and sequences, वो एक stress होता है, but ultimately it's all fun and games, right?
And Abhyuday, I feel the best part about this industry is everyone is open to suggestions. Like as a VFX studio, आप भी suggest करते हैं director को कि आप इसको ऐसे implement करो. Probably this shot will look better.
Exactly.
So this is what makes this industry so interesting and so amazing.
Not just after the shoot. In fact, while the script breakdown is happening, this conversation starts with the VFX supervisor. कि इसको कैसे shoot करना है.
Correct.
What is the best way of executing this? आजकल previs पहले से बन जाता है, which gives the director a feeling of how the frame will look like, what will the timing be. I think बहुत पहले से start हो जाता है हमारा involvement अब, which is the right way.
Planning is the
key. Yes. I know बहुत पहले सेट्स पे वीएफएक्स सुपरवाइजर्स नहीं होते थे,
करेक्ट,
बिकॉज इस चीज का ट्रेंड नहीं था.
राइट.
Our filmmakers didn't understand the concept of involving visual effects teams
Correct.
from the start, but that has changed drastically. Now I think every shoot has a VFX
VFX
person,
supervisor, yes.
which works hand in hand with the
Hmm.
director and AD and DOP for all the technical aesthetics of
Oh,
the
so
film.
amazing. अभ्युदय, ये तो हुआ फिल्म्स की बात. Resonance Digital works on many projects beyond films,
Yes.
beyond media and entertainment industry. So probably if you could throw some light on them.
Perfect, perfect. I think diversification has been our key principle from day one. Yes, visual effects for films is one of our biggest verticals at Resonance, but we have a very robust team who does brand solutions.
Oh.
So when I say brand solutions, it's not just VFX and CGI for ads, but it's also about strategy and campaign building for brands. Like for example, we recently did a campaign for Monte Carlo's summer collection.
Okay.
We were involved in terms of choosing what the right set of clothing would be to inculcate for this.
So you have a separate
campaign.
team for this?
Yes, we have a creative team for this. We have
Okay.
people from O&M and Lintas and Creative Land Asia who work on this. So we have strategists, we have creative directors, we have copy executives, we have art directors who solve problems of a brand at the scratch level. And we're very proud of this because uh, uh, you know working on ads ka VFX is just one very small part of the entire pie. But involving yourself with brand managers for a brand launch or a campaign launch is definitely stepping up the pyramid. So brand solutions is one of our verticals. There's a very exciting vertical that we have at Resonance, which is architectural solutions. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we have a very robust team for that as well. So again, we started there with the CG renders and walkthroughs, which is the traditional ArcViz approach. But till today, we literally scan the sales galleries of big developers for their upcoming launches, and we create experiential technology touch points at different levels for their sales galleries. Like for example, you must have visited a sales gallery and you must have seen a traditional real scale model kept in one room. A salesperson is explaining, what amenity and what tower, what all. But we experimented something with Mahindra Life Spaces a few years back, and we created a projection mapping real scale model, which was automated. You enter a room, there was a tab kept on a kiosk. You can select what area of the project that you want to see. That particular area used to get highlighted. There were modular models. There's a screen which speaks about what this amenity can give you. Like if there's a pool, how big is the pool, how deep it is, and surrounding areas. So it's more of an immersive experience for anybody who's visiting probably real estate project sales gallery. But yeah, it also gives them a sense of being involved. They feel like they are being offered more than what it used to be. So it really helps the marketing and sales
and
team in terms of
anything,
decision making.
anything where the consumer is involved.
Is more involved, yes.
So the experience is always better.
Definitely, definitely. So yeah, ArcViz, we help almost all the big developers in the country. You name it, and we work with them. Uh, that is one very interesting vertical. And then we've also produced. We did produce a web series 4 years back. It was called Chhatrasal.
Chatrasal, Ashutosh Rana, I remember.
Jatin
Yes.
Gulati, Vaibhavi
Yes,
Shandelia,
yes,
and
yes.
Manish Wadhwa. Rudra Soni as a child
Yeah,
actor was
yeah,
also there. That was acquired by MX Player. And after that, we did produce a documentary on Deepotsav at Ayodhya Mandir on the day of Diwali. There is now there's a trend that they are breaking records for lighting the most number of diyas that anybody has done at one place. So we did document the entire story last year. We are also creating a MasterChef series where we are calling home chefs.
Oh wow!
And we have Gary, Matt, and George, the OG MasterChefs from MasterChef Australia, who were the judges. There's a brand collaboration there, Konosh, and we are creating a series of 10 episodes. We're also talking to a platform for that. So yeah, there are more things in pipeline for production. But yeah, beyond films, VFX, and OTT VFX, we have brand solutions, we have Artways, and we have production vertical.
No, I must say, Abhyuday, you've covered, I mean, Resonance Digital has covered all the verticals beautifully, and you have the best of everything. So, more power to you
Thank
and
you
more
so much.
power to the team of Resonance Digital. Abhi, what is the team size in Resonance Digital?
So currently we are 200,
Okay.
including all our contractual people across all verticals, including the support staff.
And you hire a lot of MAAC freshers as well. So,
Oh
thank
yes,
you
we
for
do.
that.
We always believe in doing that.
And they are so happy. The learning is great. The
Mhm.
team leaders are amazing, and the best part is our students. They are very vocal there. They're able to ideate, they're able to express their own feelings, and the
Yep.
creative directors are always there to mentor them, nurture them, and probably show them the vision ahead. So
Perfect.
that's so
I'm glad there's
amazing.
a very positive feedback around
Yes,
that.
yes. So Abhyuday, films, short films, and branded content में काम करना. So how different it is? क्या difference है?
Of course, there are three very different industries. हर इंडस्ट्री का ना एक डीएनए होता है, एक एस्थेटिक होता है, वो बहुत डिफरेंट है दोनों में. सो द अप्रोच ऑफ अ फीचर फिल्म इज वेरी इंक्लूसिव कि every department would be involved from day one, right from script breakdown, and will carry on till the end. In branded content, things are a bit different. When we talk of ads, एक तो the very short turnaround timeline oriented. So it's more about fixing at every step. एक बार shoot हो गया, क्या shoot नहीं हो पाया, क्योंकि कभी कभी performers के windows सिर्फ कुछ घंटों के मिलते हैं, and that too on days when the production team probably is not ready. So not everybody can be included from day one. So it's more about fixing at every step. Ads में बहुत ज़्यादा post में काम होता है, as compared to a feature film probably, and is less planned as compared to a long format feature film.
Okay.
Only because the time window of everybody is very small and is very unpredicted.
And it's very crucial to match everyone's schedule.
Yes, and that's impossible to do. So kabhi kabhi kuch na kuch, there are always missing pieces. So that's why I say there's a lot of fixing involved at every stage. But yeah, aesthetics remain the same for us as an industry, as a post production house. The tools are probably the same. कभी कभी क्या होता है, हम long format में nuke pipeline में जाते हैं because it's more मतलब it has everything in terms of workflow creation or pipeline creation. But yeah, results can be time consuming. Rather than हम short format में After Effects use कर लेते हैं कभी कभी, because it gives you more faster turnaround.
Okay.
आपको matte निकालना है किसी चीज का, so there are tools to get mattes.
So you tweak the softwares according
we tweak
to
softwares
the
as per the formats. Long format में mostly it's new pipeline, and short format में it can be anything in and around whatever works well.
So basically, Abhyuday, मतलब the student should know the software or the basics of every software, and वो जब he or she joins the industry, so वो tweak होता है, वो change होता है as per the project, as per the pipeline, correct?
Yes. Basics जानना जरूरी है, because you should know what tool does what.
Yeah.
And more or less सब softwares में tools same होते हैं, terminology में भी
interface
अलग
is same.
Interface अलग होता है, but tools same होते हैं, but वो tools के नाम कभी अलग होते हैं.
हाँ.
तो वो जानना बस जरूरी होता है. You just have to brush up yourself in terms of how the interface looks like, what tool does what. And then ultimately it is how the studio works, because every studio has a different pipeline.
Yeah.
Anyway, have to know about the pipeline of a studio once you started working there. So that's why the training period. We train whoever we take as a fresher for some time, because we want them to get accustomed to our pipeline and our way of working.
So if I talk about Dhurandhar 1, so Resonance Digital won the latest Screen Awards for Dhurandhar 1.
Yep.
So when you and your partner went on the stage to pick up the award, क्या था feeling? क्या चल रहा था मन में? Excitement, butterflies in the stomach? क्या था उस टाइम पे, क्या आ रहा था दिमाग में?
It was a big moment for us. We were in fact before winning the award also we were talking that so we come from a small town, Kanpur, and I remember हमारे बचपन में न्यू ईयर्स ईव में
टीवी
बहुत
पे
कुछ होता
आता
नहीं
था,
था करने के
हाँ.
लिए. So
फिल्म फेयर देखते थे सब
we
बैठ
were
के.
always a joint family. तो हम
हम्म.
लोग as a joint family we used to watch these award shows because I remember 31st December को 2-3 award shows आते थे टीवी पे. So every year it was a custom that we used to
हाँ,
watch
वो
it with the
कॉफी
entire
बनाते
family.
थे, अपना कॉफी का
Yeah.
मग एंड एनी अवार्ड शो. दैट वाज न्यू ईयर फॉर अस.
Correct,
Yeah.
exactly. So from watching that as a child, as a family, and then winning it is definitely a great experience. We didn't have butterflies in our stomach, but there's a lot of excitement looking forward to it.
So were you expecting this कि काम आपने बहुत अच्छा किया है, तो कुछ एक एक्सपेक्टेशन था कि हाँ हमें मिलेगा?
I guess yes. मुझे लगता है डाउट नहीं था. Dhurandhar is one of the biggest franchisees
Yes,
ever
yes.
now, so we never had this doubt. We knew that we are winning this.
So Abhyuday, I must tell you, I'm a big fan of Resonance Digital's work. I've seen Mirzapur, Dhurandhar 1, then we have Chhatrasal, which of course you produce, Satyamev Jayate, and the list is endless. So just one word for you and your team, and it's just magical. You guys are magical.
Thank you
And
so much.
you know, जितना मुझे समझ आता है, VFX वो सबसे अच्छा होता है जो इनविजिबल है.
Yeah.
So I think the company, the team has really mastered that, and it's amazing.
Thank
And heartiest congratulations to you and the entire team of Resonance for this award.
Thank you so much. It means a lot. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. So Abhyuday, you're just not a filmmaker. You've created something of your own.
Mhm.
What message or what advice you would like to give to the budding entrepreneurs or people who want to build a brand of their own?
It's a very good question. So I think the core thing that we miss while we are building a company or a startup is meeting new people. क्या होता है हम अपने हमारा डे कैसे निकल जाता है हमें पता नहीं लगता बिकॉज देर आर मेनी एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ अ कंपनी दैट यू हैव टू लुक एट एंड वी मिस गोइंग आउट मीटिंग न्यू पीपल अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट्स हैपनिंग इन द इंडस्ट्री इन दैट rut. Make sure that you are attending industry events, you are meeting new people, you are uh, joining clubs and communities which keep you updated about what's happening because when you are just in your shell तो आपको गलत चीज भी सही लग सकती है and that can
Yeah.
probably make you pay off in the
Correct.
shorter or longer term. But once you see people doing things differently as a case study, it really helps you in building your strategies. I think that is one thing which is very important. And then, of course, everybody is talking about it कि you should not stop learning. You should आप एक फाउंडर बन जाते हो तो आपको लगता है कि नहीं यू डन आपने वो फेज स्टूडेंट वाला क्रॉस कर लिया है बट दैट्स नॉट हाउ इट शुड बी एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम चीजें जितनी तेजी से चेंज हो रही हैं बदल रही हैं डेली बेसिस में कुछ नया आ रहा है इफ यू आर नॉट learning about them,
Upgrading basically.
upgrading yourself, then you're definitely going to be left behind.
अभ्युदय प्रॉब्लम क्या है? इट इज जस्ट नॉट विद द स्टूडेंट्स, ये हमारे साथ भी होता है. कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर निकलना
Yep.
थोड़ा सा इट टेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ करेज
Yes.
एंड वी टेंड टू बी इन दैट कोकून. एंड जब तक चाहे वो बच्चा हो, चाहे वो
Correct.
एंटरप्रेन्योर हो, चाहे वो कोई भी हो, उधर से बाहर नहीं निकलेगा ना,
Yes.
मैजिक विल नॉट हैपन.
True. And I think we were discussing about short-term courses and the approach of students behind taking those short-term courses. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि I mean, see, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ सब लोग entrepreneurs बन जाओ.
करेक्ट.
But everybody should have that entrepreneurial mindset. Even if you're working somewhere, if you don't have that attitude where you own the entire
Correct.
piece of work that you're doing, you will not grow. You will just keep working. And I think people have to come beyond that mediocre mindset
Yes.
and start owning what they're doing.
Settling for just their own work, वो
Correct.
एक the
Just
growth
getting
stops.
it done is
Yes.
not how
Yes.
it should be. You should own it. उससे क्या होता है कि then you become irreplaceable at your job also, and that is how you grow compoundingly. And same is with entrepreneurs. you
No,
cannot
Abhyuday, you
settle.
told a very important thing कि entrepreneur सिर्फ वो नहीं होता जो अपनी company,
Yes.
entrepreneur is someone who creates, and probably the DMP artist in your studio or the roto guy in your studio, he's also creating something new. So अगर हम देखें तो he's also an entrepreneur. Of course, he doesn't have a company, but yeah, he's also an entrepreneur in some aspect.
Not just about creating. It's, see, a person who has a mindset of a mindset of an owner, जो अपने काम को ownership
करे,
level
yeah,
में accept करता है. And see, creative business is one of the most hardest businesses ever, because there's a lot of gray area when it comes to what somebody likes and what somebody doesn't like. So उसमें maths और science को intact रखना becomes very difficult. So I would say to all the creative people out there, you guys are irreplaceable for sure.
Correct.
But if you get that knack of combining mathematic to your process, कि नहीं यार ये काम इतने दिन में होना जरूरी है, नहीं तो it is of no use to the studio, it is of no use to the project.
That project management, what you call.
Correct.
वो Excel में
You
कि
have to
ऐसा,
understand
yeah.
the mathematics,
Correct.
the science, the teamwork, who is involving themselves at what level, सबकी क्या importance है. अगर वो creativity के साथ combine हो जाए तो I mean कोई replace ही नहीं कर सकता उन लोगों को जिनमें ये
चाहे वो
attitude है.
AI क्यों ना हो.
AI is just an enabler. मतलब
Yeah.
आज भी there is a lot of work that we are also doing around AI. Till date, we've figured out कि it is just a tool, which
is just making your life a little easy.
we're not even sure of that as of now. I mean, in our creative pipeline, we're not very sure कि वो हमारा काम easy कर भी रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है. कभी-कभी हम AI के नाम पे process को complex कर देते हैं, just because कि हमें AI use करना है as a buzzword, and we want to tell the world that we're using AI.
Yes, we are using AI.
But yes, it will get there. It will get there in a way where it will definitely make lives easier for creative technologists. That we have not reached that stage yet, but we should be accepting it with open arms कि हाँ, with open mind and attitude कि ये चीज हमें embed करनी ही पड़ेगी to reach our successful future. Otherwise,
so it's all about
we might get left behind.
How we accept things. See, change is something which is inevitable. वो होगा.
Yes.
नया software आएगा. I remember, say 6-7 years ago, Maya was like the buzzword. कि students जिनको Maya आता था या artists, so they used to get that red carpet welcome. But now I think every other person knows Maya. So वो upgrade करना and accept करना नई changes was very important.
Yes,
for everyone.
Blender, Unreal, ये सब आ गए. Of course, again, these are technological advancements which are helping an artist do their jobs, more efficiently. But the core aesthetics are not changing. I mean, if a filmmaker doesn't know how to frame a shot from scratch and envision कि ये मेरे audience को अच्छा लगेगा in this way or not, I don't think AI अभी तक उस level पे है और बहुत जल्दी नहीं है पहुंचने वाला है वहाँ पे. Time लगेगा, and I don't think completely creatives replace होंगे AI.
It is basically like अगर दीवार आपकी मजबूत है ना, तो चाहे आप उस पे wallpaper लगाओ, plastic paint करो या normal whitewash करो, दीवार अच्छी लगती है. So the fundamental has to be strong. Just one question: why do you watch Avatar? Because of its storytelling, or because it's made by James Cameron? Storytelling, of course. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ऐसी स्टोरी ऑफ कोर्स और भी बहुत सारी मूवीज की है, बट बिकॉज वी नो कि एक जीनियस ने वो फिल्म बनाई है, what all has gone in making that is what is in our minds when we go to theaters and buy tickets and see Avatar, or probably wait for it for months. So I think the people behind that IP is making the IP more. I actually wonder कि अरे ये मूवी की स्टोरी तो बहुत अच्छी है, ये चली क्यों नहीं? So probably you just gave the answer to that. Correct. So it's just not the story, so it's basically a combination of everything. The people and process. People and process, yes. So Abhyuday, we always talk about success. हम लोग हमेशा अपने success की बात करते हैं कि we are very successful and we did this project and it did amazingly well. Failures. सबके लाइफ में होते हैं फेलियर्स. आई एम श्योर आपने भी वो फेलियर्स देखे हैं.
Yes.
How do you handle failures, or how do you handle, you know, the moment where the output was not as per your expectation, or you did not meet the deadline? So how do you handle yourself and your team?
I think in my entire core team, there is one saying that you can only control the controllables. जो आपके कंट्रोल में है, आप वहाँ पे अपना बेस्ट दो. वहाँ पे there should be no complacency. वहाँ पे there should be no procrastination. जो आप नहीं कंट्रोल कर सकते, वो आप नहीं कंट्रोल कर सकते. आप कुछ भी कर लो. And if things are going down south because of things you couldn't control, then we don't regret. Then we take it a part of the process. And probably learn from it if we can. We try and not to repeat that. But just control the controllables and don't regret about what you cannot control. Just accept failures as a part of the process, because it can never be.
And
just
it is absolutely
hunky
okay
dory.
to fail sometimes, because if
It is mandatory.
mandatory,
It
yeah.
will never be. I mean,
Correct.
If you are rolling a dice, you cannot make sure that there will be a 6 every time.
Yeah.
If it's a 6 every time, it's rigged probably.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
life is never rigged. You
Yes.
have to accept failures
Yes.
as a part of the process.
So probably, I think there's a very powerful message to our listeners, Abhyuday, कि it is okay to fail sometimes. It is okay आपका पहला interview clear नहीं हुआ. It is okay आपका दूसरा interview भी नहीं clear हुआ. But what is important is to, keep trying, keep practicing, and never give up.
Correct.
So
just think about if there were things that made me fail, जो मैं सही कर सकता था, उसको आप सही करके आगे बढ़ते जाओ. जो आपकी destiny is not in your control. If it is not,
yes.
then it is not.
Yes, yes. And I feel, Abhyuday, the one who puts in a lot of effort, universe उसको support करता है. तो वो कहीं ना कहीं, someone who's dedicated, who's consistent, who's passionate, does get results. Probably कुछ लोगों को जल्दी मिलता है, but कुछ लोगों को after some time, but they do get results.
If there is any science behind this belief, then definitely yes.
Yeah. So Abhyuday, let's begin my most favorite part of the podcast, and that's the rapid fire round. And one word answers only. So let's begin. So you ready?
Yep.
MAAC.
Pioneers.
VFX.
Invisible.
One word for success.
Byproduct.
Failure.
Learning.
Consistency.
Must.
Creativity.
Irreplaceable.
Networking.
Mandatory.
Your biggest inspiration in life?
My family.
That was a smart answer. Resonance Digital.
Teamwork.
Your most favorite project till date?
There are many, but Sandman.
YouTube learning या classroom learning?
Classroom learning.
Multi-skilled या किसी एक particular skill में mastery?
Multi-skill.
Talent is more important or consistency?
Consistency.
Portfolio?
Showcase.
AI friend or threat?
Okay, I don't want to give a one-word answer for this. Friend for those who are evolving with it, and threat to those who are not.
So Abhyuday, MAAC has launched an industry co-curated program which we call CareerX. So the basic objective is to give students the exposure, the studio exposure. And your studio is also one of the collaborators in CareerX. So have you planned something? कुछ सोचा है? कैसे करेंगे? कैसे बच्चों को वो exposure देंगे? Of course, they cannot work, or you cannot showcase your ongoing projects, and kaise, how have you planned something?
Nice. So firstly, I would like to congratulate the entire MAAC team for envisioning this, because I think this is very important for every student. What we are planning as industry professionals are, we are ready to take sessions. We are ready to have master classes. We are ready to send in our professionals and have one-on-one or probably Q&A sessions with groups at different levels, because this will give them real life insights of what's happening in a studio.
The real challenges, the real projects, everything.
What they're learning in their classrooms, वो किस way में replicate होगा in their industry jobs in the future. I think it'll be a very good roadmap for all of them to have clarity on what they're getting into.
So basically वो जो क्लासरूम में सीख रहे हैं अपने फैकल्टी से या क्लासरूम में, वो कहाँ पे और कैसे उसको इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं, कैसे एग्जीक्यूट कर सकते हैं?
Basically, in a way, we are helping you all to make these students industry ready before they step into the industry.
So from being a student to now being an entrepreneur, I think Abhyuday, yahi hota hai real growth, and you are such an inspiration. I mean, you inspire me as well, our students and everyone who's listening to this podcast. Thank you for being with us and sharing your inspiring journey with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I loved it to the T, and I'm hoping to come back again.
And we had such interesting conversations. So I loved interacting with you.
It's always great. Thank you so much.
So if you are someone who dreams of making it big in animation, gaming, digital content creation, and VFX, remember, this is your side. Follow, subscribe, and stay tuned for more episodes of MAAC Rendered, where we bring you real stories from real creators. Till then, stay creative, stay consistent, stay focused, and keep evolving.